EU settlement scheme and certificate of application. If you filed your EU settlement scheme application and you don't have current permission on the EU settlement scheme, which means you don't have pre-settled status or settled status, your application can be either you are the EU national or you are the family member and you filed a pre-settled status or settled status application. And as of today, if you don't have permission, if you don't have pre-settled status valid or any status under the EU settlement scheme valid on this date, and you just have a certificate of application and you leave the UK and you re-enter. So this is a new practice that Home Office has started. Even the guidance for the immigration officers has changed, and the immigration officer may not allow you to enter the UK. So when you come to the border and you face the immigration officer and you have a certificate of application, you don't have anything else, you only have a COA, certificate of application. No doubt, legally speaking, that certificate says you can travel in and out of the UK. That is what it says. But in practice, this has changed. Home Office immigration officers at the point of entry, wherever you are entering by train or however you are coming at the port of entry, airport, seaport, wherever you are coming, the immigration officer can ask you and assess. So two things. One is so your proof of residence. One is they will see your certificate of application. That is one thing that only proves that you made an application. However, they can assess your residency in the UK, proof of residence. Technically, they can become a judge. So for example, if you already filed or a decision maker, kind of a case working decision maker at that point, and they can decide whether you do have merits of success of your application. Let's say you have a pending application, or even if you filed an application which was refused. There are many individuals whose pre-settled status applications have been refused. They have filed their appeals. And even previously, when there was administrative review right, they filed admin reviews and they are pending. So whatever is the status that your application is on, either the application is pending, an admin review is pending, or an appeal is pending with the tribunal, the immigration officer has a right to assess. So they would ideally become the decision maker. So decision maker of your application, decision maker of your admin review, or they would become the judge, the tribunal judge at that point, and they would assess. They would ask you to prove all the whatever documentation you have. You should always carry whatever evidence you have anytime you enter the UK. While leaving the UK, it's not a problem. When you come back to the UK and you only hold a certificate of application, the immigration officer has a right, that this has been provided in their guidance, and the instructions have been given to them. Because I will tell you the problem first. I will tell you what they are doing. They will ask you for all the evidence of whatever you are trying to prove. If you are saying that yes, I have been resident in the UK for 5 years without, like, I have not, my residence has not lapsed, I have not been out for more than 2 years, and I at least have valid pre-settled status or settled status, you will have to prove that to them, showing whatever residence proof you have if you are a EU national. If you are a family member of an EU national, for example, I'm just taking different examples over here. If you are a family member of an EU national, let's say a wife or an unmarried partner, you may have to show them all the cohabitation evidence. You may have to show evidence that your main partner, the EU national, has been living in the UK, all of that. So they will assess, they will be assessing your application or an appeal. They would also act as they would be assessing your status at that point. And if they are not satisfied that there is a reasonable chance of success, or you do meet the requirements, if they decide that no, you don't meet the requirements, they can send you back. They can ask you to leave the UK. They can ask you to leave the UK at that point. So remember that this is happening with immigration officer. These are the instructions that have been given to them, and this is happening in practice. Whatever your COA does say that you are allowed to travel in and out of the UK, but practically you may face challenges when you are coming in. Always carry all the documents with you. If you are not sure, talk to immigration lawyers. We do advise on these matters regularly to EU nationals, their family members, etc. If you are at any stage, such as an appeal of your application, definitely speak to an immigration lawyer, because at an appeal stage or an admin review stage, one caseworker has already seen your documents, your evidence, and they have refused your EU settlement scheme application, whatever application that is, pre-settled or settled. And with that, once someone from Home Office has already seen it and they've refused it, and you are going to the next level of authority, either admin review, which were pending, and now you don't have the option of admin reviews. But if you are in an appeal, definitely carry whatever documentation you have. If you already filed an appeal with a lawyer or someone, whatever documents you have provided them with your grounds of appeal or with the skeleton argument, we do all these appeals quite regularly. So we always maintain all these documentation. We always ask our clients to keep it with them either on any Google Drive or any cloud storage, so at least they have some documentation on the phone. They have proof of appeal filing. We sometimes also, if they are traveling, we give them letters confirming that we have filed the appeal on their behalf and this is the reasonable case, and whatever evidence we have, we ask them always to carry with them. So definitely, if you have filed appeals or admin reviews, do keep all the evidence. Talk to your lawyers, whatever evidence you send with your legal representatives to the court, etc. Keep it with you on your some kind of a digital format that you can show it to the immigration officer. If you want advice on these matters, definitely book a paid consultation with us. We don't provide any free advice. Links would be in the channel links, wherever you are seeing this video, TikTok, YouTube, etc. And thank you very much.